Hi guys, welcome. My name is Tennessee. Today I'm bringing you a yin class. Today's yin class is focusing on waking up the body. So it's really good if you do this yin class in the morning. However, you can always do it in your midday or even at night, whatever works best for you and your schedule. So today, if you have blocks, you can use those. If you have a bolster, you can always use that. Of course, if you have nothing, don't worry about it. You can always do this class without your equipment. However, if you do want to use something, you can always use anything around the house, such as blocks, such as books or pillows, anything that kind of brings the ground up to kind of help support you. Other than that, let's get started. I always start my classes with a chakra clearing. If you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine and they work their way up to the crown of your head. So I just want you to check in, notice what feels good, get out of your head, get into your body, whether that be through the posture or your breath. Today, let's just start in an easy seated pose. So we'll start in our Sukhasana. So crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, just sitting up tall. Belly button pulls into spine. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Go ahead and close your eyes. Now inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. See if you can just surrender into your body a little bit further, releasing any tension through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your hips, your ankles, and your feet. Now I just want you to start to bring your focus, your energy awareness to the base of your spine, to your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space, your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Just check in, notice what feels good, notice if any discomfort. Now on your inhale, bring your focus, your energy, your awareness into your second chakra, the space just below your belly button, your sacral, your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality, also known as your mother womb. Good, now slowly work your energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus, your I do space. This is what drives you, where your passions, your creativity, your power all lie. Good, now slowly work your energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. Now guide your energy into your fifth chakra, your throat, your I speak space, space of communication, your truth. Now work your energy into your sixth chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your I see space, your space of intuition, your third eye. And then finally, take your focus, your energy awareness all the way above your head to your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, your path to enlightenment. Now I want you to draw your energy all the way down to the base of your spine and then inhale it through the 7 chakras to the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, let that go. Nice work, guys. Flutter your eyes open. Now just work your way onto your knees. And then draw your hips back on top of your heels. Now if this is too much for you, if you have a block, if you have a pillow, anything around the house, books, go ahead and take your block underneath your sitting bone and just sit, or underneath your tailbone, and just sit back onto your block. If you need 2 blocks, you can stack. Now what I want you to do is tuck your toes under. I'm going to turn sideways to the top of my mat. So I want you to tuck your toes under and just sit back. Now this is a toe stretch, or stretching through the bottoms of your feet. You know, our feet often get overlooked. As much as we use them, we don't often take care of them. So it's really good just to kind of waken up the body through your feet, stretching out the toes, stretching out through the bottoms of your feet. Just kind of settle in here. If it gets too much or you start to feel tension, you can kind of lift up and just kind of hold here or work your way back down, kind of shifting. Do whatever feels good for you in your body. Of course, if you feel pain, just stop altogether. Good, just give me one more breath. Now exhale, go ahead and lift up, untuck your toes, and send the tops of your feet down to your mat. Now, sit your hips back on top of your heels, bring your knees together, your inner thighs together. Now we're gonna stretch out our ankles. So opposite of what we just did, so toe stretch, we're gonna lean back, lift your knees if you've got it, and just feel this stretch the tops of your feet through your ankles. You'll also start to feel it through your quads. So again, if this becomes too much, take a break, lift up, do whatever you need to do, maybe shake out your feet, and then come back into it and hold. See if you can get a little bit longer each time. Now if this is too much for you, leaning back, staying in this position, you can always place a block underneath your knees for support, or a pillow, or anything you have. Good, one more breath. Exhale, go ahead and release. Draw your knees down, plant your hands, shake that out, let that go. Whew. And then just work your way all the way onto your bellies. Bring your forearms down, find Sphinx pose. So stack your shoulders to your elbows, forearms are down, your fingers are spread wide. Now ground through the tops of your feet, through your hip bones. Inhale, take your gaze ahead, draw your shoulders back and down. Extend through the crown of your head. Just breathe. Don't hold your breath, don't create any more tension than you need. Allow the energy to move through your body with your breath. Now, option to stay here, option to come into your seal. So extending your arms, keep pulling your hip bones down, keeping your shoulders back and down. Try not to hunch up here, but draw everything down. Again, if this is too much, you can always come back to your forearms, come back to your Sphinx. Give me one more breath. Good, now just tuck your toes under, plant your hands underneath your shoulders, and work your way into a child's pose. Now you have two options coming into your child's pose. You can take your knees out wide, bring your big toes to touch, and shift back, creating space with your torso all the way down to your mat. Or you can bring your knees into your midline, keeping your knees to touch, and then draw your hips back. This creates a little more pressure onto the stomach, into the organs. So activating the digestion. It's also really good to do for women if you have cramps, if you suffer with gas or any kind of bloating, anything like that. Putting pressure on it will help move that out. Now with each breath, see if you can just surrender a little bit further onto your mat, releasing any more tension through your head, your neck, your jaw, maybe into your hips, your low back. Let your head hang, allow your forearms to drop, Let your shoulders just melt. Good work, guys. Slowly work your way back up. And then just come all the way onto your seat. Find butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Now, interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, lengthen, extend to the crown of your head. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Now, if you have your blocks, you can always take your blocks underneath your knees. Bring the ground up for the support. You can always just take a block here. Allow your forehead to drop to the block. Now, if you want a deeper expression, you can walk your forearms underneath your shins. Your fingers are spread wide, so kind of back to where we went to Sphinx pose. Your forearms are down, fingers are spread wide. And then allow the weight of your legs to kind of press down. Let your head hang heavy. You'll feel that opening up into your shoulder blades. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. And then exhale, take your legs out wide. I'm going to turn and face you guys. Belly button pulls into spine. Find an external rotation through your upper thighs. Now you can relax your feet. Then inhale, reach your arms all the way above your head. Exhale, wide forward fold. Hinging from your hips, lead with your torso to the top of your mat. Now, if you've got blocks or pillows, you can place those underneath your forearms. You can just kind of settle in here. See if you can use your breath to go a little bit deeper. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands slightly forward. Maybe you get an inch. Maybe you get a millimeter. Whatever works for you. Celebrate your victories. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back. Lift your torso, and then just take the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Keep your leg long. Now square your hips and shoulders towards your ankle. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana, forward fold. So keep your shoulders square towards your ankle. You can frame your knee with your elbows or your hands, whatever feels good here. And then just allow your upper body to surrender on top of your thigh. Now again, if you have blocks, you can place a block on top of your thigh. Bring your head down, forehead to your block. You have a pillow, whatever works for you. Now the tendency here is to open up the right shoulder and just to kind of lean sideways. But I want you to see if you can square your shoulders off and then draw down. again, try to use your breath here. So you can go a little bit deeper. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend or deepen. And walk your hands further out. And if you can't, no big deal. You'll get it next time, or the time after that, or the time after that. It's always a practice. And it's just yoga. Nice work, guys. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. And then exhale, switch it out. So extend right leg out. Take the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Square your hips and shoulders. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana, forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Lead with your torso to the top of your thigh. Keep the shoulders square toward your ankle. Work. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Now, just find your way into a tabletop. And then take your right foot outside your right hand. Now you want your front knee stacked to your front ankle. So if your foot happens to pull back and your knee is pulling forward above your big toe, can you step your foot forward and then stack your knee to your ankle? We're working on our dragon lunge here. So plant both hands to the inside of your right foot. Keep hugging your right knee in. Now you can untuck your toes and draw your hips down and forward. If you feel better tucking your toes under for more control, you can do that as well. Now I just want you to surrender in here, working through the hip flexors, drawing the hips down and forward. You can add any movement here. So if you need to add the hips shifting side to side, let that energy move. Let your body tell you what it needs. If you want to find stillness, find stillness. You can also stay here. You can also drop down to your forearms. Allow them, if you have a block, you can use your block or books, or pillows, anything like that. You can also just walk your hands over to the left side of your mat and just kind of reach, extend to the left side. Keep hugging the right knee in and allow your head to fall down. That's a deeper expression, but I just want you to kind of feel whatever feels good into your body. Into the hips, into the low back. Again, we're just waking up the body here. We're holding these postures for about 1 to 2 minutes. Of course, if you have more time, I would recommend 3 to 5 just to kind of help open up even further. The longer you hold, the better. Now go ahead and plant your hands down, lift your torso, and then just pull, or actually walk your right foot over to your left wrist. Find a half pigeon. So you're drawing your right knee behind your right wrist, paralleling your shin to the top of your mat, ground through your pinky toe. You may need to step your back foot a little further back. Keep your hips in one line. And then just kind of settle in here. Now you can stay lifted. You can work your way all the way down to your forearms. You can always place a block underneath the outer hip. Working to keep your hips in line. Don't be afraid to use props if you have them, or anything around the house to kind of help you feel that muscle memory in the body. This is extensive. Most people hate pigeon pose because it opens the hips, which is it correlates into your energy center, into your sacral chakra, your second chakra, your emotional space. Good. Go ahead and plant your hands down, lift your torso, tuck your back toes under. Now just come back onto your left knee and pull your right knee back behind. Work your way into your tabletop. You can shake out the hips, move side to side, move that energy through. You know, sometimes when I come into a half pigeon, I feel like the sensation of my foot falling asleep. So allow that blood to kind of move into the body. Now once you're ready, take your left foot outside your left hand. And again, plant both hands to the inside of your left foot. Hug your left knee in. Make sure that your knee is in line with your ankle. And then again, push or draw your hips down and forward. You can tuck your back toes under or untuck them for a deeper expression. You can add movements. You can come all the way down to the forearms. You can walk your hands over to the right side of your mat and just kind of settle in. Do what feels good for you in your body. Our bodies are pure energy and they're always trying to talk to us. So everything starts as energy first. So if you don't manage or don't control or don't feel the emotions or the energy around you, or if you're too open and you absorb everybody else's energy, then your body can kind of spasm out, and it can manifest into the physical body in a way of tension, in the way of dis-ease, in the way of physical ailments, cancers, anything like that. So it's always important to kind of check in with your body, noticing what's going on, and knowing that discomfort is not comfort. So if you feel something going on in the body you don't feel comfortable with, get it checked out, go to the root cause, find the emotion behind it, and help to release that. It's only going to get worse. Good work, guys. We have one more breath. Go ahead and plant your hands down if you're all the way down to your forearms. Heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist. Drop your left knee behind your left wrist and parallel your shin to the top of your mat. Find your half pigeon. Again, option to take a block. I always use blocks in half pigeon just to help me keep my hips in one line. So if you're opening up here, if you're kind of like pulling the right hip open, see if you can square it off. Square your shoulders to the top of your mat and then work your way down. Again, you can also stay lifted, whatever works for you, whatever feels good. And one side may be different than the other. That's totally normal. You may be tighter, you may be more open. Just depends on your body. One more breath. Good. Now go ahead and plant your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your torso. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. And then just work your way back to your tabletop. Nice work, guys. You can remove your block if you've got it. Now just come all the way back to your seat. Extend your legs to the top of your mat. Find your seated position, Dandasana, legs straight out in front of you. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So hinging from your hips, leading with your torso to the top of your thigh. Draw your torso down, extend through the crown of your head. Now you can bend your knees as much as you need to here. So if this is too much or if this is quite extensive into the hamstrings, bend your knees. You can walk your hands down the outside of your legs, all the way down to the edges of your feet. Whatever works for you. I want you to just pause and breathe. Of course, if you have a strap, you can wrap around the blades of your feet and walk down your midline as well. Ready to feel that tension? Pause and breathe. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. See if you can get a little bit deeper. Even if you're sitting straight up and you still feel that tension, stay there. It doesn't matter where you're at in your practice. It's your journey. It's your body. Inhale, slowly lift back up and just come all the way onto your backs. Find yourself in a happy baby. So send the soles of your feet up, draw your knees down, and then grab for the insides of your feet or the outside blades of your feet. If that's too much and your tailbone is lifting up as you grab your feet, then just take your hands to your thighs and press down. Melt your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your tailbone grounding, extending through the crown of your head. Now you can just stay here, or you can rock side to side, left to right. Let your baby feel happy. Give me one more breath. And then slowly lower the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Now take your left ankle on top of your right knee. Find a reclined figure four. So hug your right knee up into your chest. You can relax your right foot. Now if you want a deeper extension or open up the hip more, you can flex your left toes back towards your shin. And then just pull your left knee forward to the top of your mat. You can take your left elbow to the inside of your knee and press forward, help opening that up. Now just slowly find a supine twist to release your bind. Take the sole of your left foot over to the right side of your mat. So drop your right knee down. It's okay if your left knee is still lifted up. You can always bring it down or keep it lifted. Bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze over to your left hand. Find your supine twist. Keep your shoulders grounded. Inhale, slowly come back to your midline. Set the sole of your left foot down and then switch it out. Take your right ankle on top of left knee. Recline figure four, hug your left knee up and in. You can relax your left foot. Now option to flex your right toes back towards your shin and pull your right knee forward. You place your right elbow to the inside of your knee and press forward. Slowly find a supine twist. Take the sole of your right foot over to the left side of your mat. Bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze right. Work to keep your shoulders grounding. One more breath. Inhale, slowly come all the way back into your midline. Now just straighten out your legs. Coming into banana pose. You're going to walk your feet over to your right side of your mat or to the right corner of your mat. Keep your hips where they're at, so closer to the left side or left edge of your mat. And then now you have two options with your arms. You can interlace here, reaching for opposite elbows, bring your arms above your head, and then just work your arms over to the right side of your mat. You should feel the stretch through your side body on your left side. Or, if that's too much, you can reach your arms above your head, and then just walk over towards the corner side, or right side corner of your mat. Now you can choose to stay here. You can also cross your ankles for a deeper expression. Just do whatever feels good for you. Try to keep your left shoulder down as you stretch to the sides. Really good for your IT band as well, so if you have IT band issues or sciatica, oh, it's still painful. You can help just stretch it out. Inhale, come all the way back into your midline. And then just switch it out. So take both feet over to the left side of your mat. Then you have an option to cross your ankles or just bring your feet in line. And then walk your shoulders to the left side of your mat, the top of your mat. Again, you have your option to reach for opposite elbows for deeper compression, or just extend your arms above your head. You should feel a stretch through your right side. Work, guys. Inhale, slowly come all the way into your midline. Now just extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Find your legs up the wall pose. Now, option to stay here. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Allow the blood to drain down into your torso. This allows for more oxygen to come into the organs, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Other option, if you'd like, is to come into a plow pose, so an inversion. Now you want to tuck your chin into your chest. You can rock and roll, and then pull your hips up to stack to your shoulders, and then slowly draw your feet above your head. You can keep the support to your low back with your hands, or you can draw your hands down. Try not to look side to side. Keep your chin tucked in. slowly lift back up. Draw your hips down. And then slowly work your heels to the top of your mat. Once your heels touch the top of your mat, find yourself a good morning stretch. Reach your arms all the way above your head. Point your toes towards the front. Big inhale, big stretch through your front side body. Hold it at the top. Audible exhale, release. Allow your hands to fall out to the side, palms face up. Close your eyes, come into your final Shavasana. Option to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, with your toes, with your fingers, just bring life back into your body. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Clench your fist shut, shrug your shoulders up, squeeze every muscle fiber in your body. Audible exhale, release. Leave everything on your mat. When you're ready, come into your fetal position, either on your right or your left side. Your right is your masculine energy, your left is your feminine energy. And then slowly work your way up to an easy seated pose. Crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, just sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way above your head. Take all that good energy, bring it down into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And then exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.